Phase 2 of RBI Grade B 2024 examination is to be conducted on 19th October 2024, which means you have very limited time for the preparation of Phase 2 of the examination. One of the most important component of the Phase 2 is the descriptive writing, the weightage of which is around 70%, but no one is talking about that. So friends, in this session, I would be discussing with you three weapons that you have to use for the descriptive writing. And believe me, after using these three weapons, you would be scoring maximum possible marks in the descriptive writing. And one more very important thing, without doing well in the descriptive writing, you will not get selected. You will not become RBI Grade B officer. So the condition is that you have to do well in the descriptive writing part. So I will be sharing three major weapons that you have to use in the descriptive writing, and believe me, after that you would be scoring maximum possible marks. So hello friends, welcome to Super Coaching Regulatory Bodies by Textbook. My name is Prakash, and let's discuss three secret weapons for the descriptive writing, which is going to be very important. चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. स्टार्ट करने से पहले one important thing that you have to keep in mind, the weightage of descriptive writing. Most of you might be thinking, or some of you might be thinking, let's skip this particular descriptive writing. I would see in the examination itself. This is the biggest mistake, because here you can see the weightage. So if I tell you about the weightage in the ESI part, so in the ESI part the weightage is 50%, right? So 50 out of 100 is the descriptive writing. Similarly, in the FM part also 50 out of 100 is the descriptive writing, and in the descriptive English part 100 out of 100 is dedicated for the descriptive writing itself. So you cannot skip the descriptive writing, which means out of 300, 200 marks are assigned for the descriptive writing, which makes around 66.6% to the descriptive writing. And guys, अगर आपकी कमांड 66.6% पर नहीं, so how can you become RBI Grade B officer? This is a very logical thing. So if you are thinking about skipping the practice of descriptive writing, so that is the biggest mistake. Do not think I will see in the examination. That would be the biggest mistake, believe me. So you have to prepare it from now onwards. So 66% pe you have to have good command if you want to get selected as a RBI Grade B officer. But before discussing three weapons that you have to use in the examination, I would discuss some important points here. Number first is devote 3-4 minutes for making framework. Friends, the biggest mistake that we commit while attempting the descriptive writing component is, जब भी हम exam में question देखते हैं, we immediately start attempting the question, and this is the biggest mistake. What we have to do, basically, you will be provided rough sheet, you will be provided pen, and you have to devote at least 3-4 minutes. 3-4 minutes आपको हर क्वेश्चन के लिए फ्रेमवर्क बनाने के लिए डिसाइड करना है इन द रफ शीट इटसेल्फ. सो रफ शीट में you have to make the framework, what you are going to write in the introduction, what you are going to cover in the basically body part, and what you are going to cover in the conclusion part. This framework is mandatory, because believe me, you have sufficient time. You have sufficient time to complete the paper. Do not rush to start the paper, because that will not work in your favor, guys. बहुत time रहता है. If you have a proper framework, you can write answer within 12 to 15 minutes, and that is more than sufficient. 12 to 15 minutes where you can complete the answer, provided you have dedicated framework with you. So immediately after looking at the question, what you have to do, first thing, you have to focus on making the framework. You have to frame the question in 3-4 minutes. So 3-4 minutes where you have to make a proper framework. These all are the pointers that I will be covering in this particular question, right? Number first. Number second is selection is directly proportional to good performance in descriptive writing, and this we have seen in the weightage part also, because 66.6% is dedicated for the descriptive writing in phase 2 of the examination. So that is directly proportional to the good performance in descriptive writing. So if you are performing well in the descriptive writing, then you would get selected. बहुत ही सिंपल सा लॉजिक है. तो यहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा ऑब्जेक्टिव पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है कि मैं सारा का सारा ऑब्जेक्टिव के हिसाब से प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज ऑब्जेक्टिव इज ओनली यू कैन सी 33 पॉइंट समथिंग, राइट? बट यहाँ पे यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन 66.6%, और आई कैन से अराउंड 70% वेटेज पे यू हैव टू फोकस. सो इफ यू हैव गुड कमांड ओवर दैट, बिलीव मी, यू वुड बी स्कोरिंग well in the examination. Next important point is no need to read anything separately. So बहुत सारे ऐसे aspirants हैं जो सोच रहे कि I have to prepare descriptive separately, I have to prepare objective separately, and I have to read something extra for the descriptive part. No friends, this is not the case. Whatever you are reading, whatever you are covering for the objective part, that is equally applicable for the descriptive part as well. So whatever you are reading, तो उसका बेसिकली एप्लीकेशन पार्ट जो होता है, दैट इज द स्टैटिक, सॉरी, डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट. डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट इज द बेसिकली एप्लीकेशन ऑफ द स्टैटिक पार्ट और ऑब्जेक्टिव पार्ट. सो व्हाटएवर स्टैटिक इंफॉर्मेशन यू आर कवरिंग, व्हाटएवर करंट इंफॉर्मेशन यू आर कवरिंग, अगर वो एमसीक्यूज फॉर्म में आ रहा है तो आप उसको वहां आंसर कर सकते हैं. इफ दैट इज आस्क्ड इन द बेसिकली डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट, सो दैट इज द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. So you are not supposed to cover anything separately. You are not supposed to separately prepare the descriptive as well as the objective part. Whatever you are reading, if you are covering the current affairs, then you have to keep in mind that this current affairs can be asked in the objective part also, and this current affairs can be asked in the descriptive part also. ठीक है, उस हिसाब से प्रिपेयर करना. Whatever schemes you are reading, whatever reports you are using, बेसिकली तो आपको सारी चीजें ध्यान में रखना है कि रिपोर्ट्स एंड स्कीम्स वॉट एवर यू आर रीडिंग, दैट कैन बी आस्क्ड इन द ऑब्जेक्टिव पार्ट ऑल्सो एंड दैट कैन बी आस्क्ड इन द डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट ऑल्सो. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज द ऑलमोस्ट ऑल सेलेक्टेड एस्पिरेंट्स फेस प्रॉब्लम्स इन डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग. सो इफ यू आर समवन हु इज फीलिंग कि आई एम नॉट एबल टू राइट, आई डोंट नो हाउ टू एक्सप्रेस माई आइडियाज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग, गाइज ऑलमोस्ट एवरी सेलेक्टेड एस्पिरेंट फेस्ड द सेम प्रॉब्लम. सब के सब जितने भी सेलेक्ट हुए हैं, एवरीवन, ऑलमोस्ट एवरीवन फेस द सेम प्रॉब्लम. सो द थिंग इज कि यू आर नॉट स्पेशल, राइट. आपका केस ऐसा नहीं कि आपका केस वर्स है. आप सारे के सारे उन्हीं कैंडिडेट्स में आते हैं जो सेलेक्ट होते हैं. ठीक है. तो यहां पे द थिंग इज की डू नॉट प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट द प्लान ऑफ प्रैक्टिसिंग डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग. दिस इज द राइट टाइम, और नॉट द राइट टाइम ऑलरेडी डिले हो चुका है. बट इफ यू हैव नॉट डन येट आंसर राइटिंग, गाइस डू प्रैक्टिस द आंसर राइटिंग. एटलीस्ट 3-4 आंसर्स लिखिए, बिकॉज यू हैव वेरी लिमिटेड टाइम एंड यू हैव टू हैव गुड कंट्रोल ओवर द डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग पार्ट. अब कैसे उसको कंट्रोल करना है, कैसे यू कैन इजिली स्कोर गुड मार्क्स, दिस इज व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस विथ यू विद द हेल्प ऑफ 3 वेपन्स दैट यू हैव टू यूज, एंड दिस विल नॉट be told by anyone, right? So चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं एक एक करके 3 सीक्रेट वेपन्स, हाउ टू स्कोर वेरी गुड मार्क्स. बिलीव मी, इसको बहुत अच्छे से सुनिएगा. इन 3 वेपन्स को यूज करके यू कैन इजीली स्कोर वेरी गुड मार्क्स इन द डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग. समटाइम्स इट विल हैपन दैट यू डू नॉट नो मच अबाउट एनी पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. हो सकता है कंसेप्ट ऐसा जो आपने थोड़ा बहुत देखा था, आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा, बट स्टिल यू कैन स्कोर वेरी गुड मार्क्स, एंड आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू द सीक्रेट स्ट्रैटेजी हियर. सो नंबर फर्स्ट स्ट्रैटेजी इज understand the question. ठीक है. Now this is a very generic statement, understand the question. Sir, what is the meaning? Everyone says that you have to understand the question. I know very well, yeah, but guys, if I further divide the understanding of the question is, so first of all you have to identify the keywords in the question. So whenever you see the question, I told you, do not immediately start writing, do not immediately start typing the answer. First of all you have to identify the keywords that is mentioned in the questions. Once you have understood the keywords, then what you have to do, secondly you have to focus on micro questions that are hidden, that are a part of the main question. So 2 important thing you have to do once you see the question, that is number first is the understand question, right? What do I mean by understanding the question? Number first is you have to identify the keywords mentioned in the question, and secondly you have to identify the micro questions which are hidden in the question. Let's discuss that with the help of example. So suppose this is the question that is asked in the examination. Minimum support price of crops is a short-term solution for agricultural distress which creates long-term problems. Examine, then suggest the measures to overcome the limitations of the MSP regime. Right? This question is dedicated to the agriculture part, which is a part of your ESI syllabus. Suppose this question is asked in the examination. Then I told you what you have to do. You have to first identify the keywords. So what are the keywords here? Let's highlight that. So first of all, minimum support price is the keyword here. Okay, minimum support price is the keyword here, number first. Then short-term solution is another keyword here, short-term solution. Then further, agricultural distress is another keyword here. Then long-term problems is also a keyword here. Then measures to overcome. Okay. And then limitations is also the keyword here. So these are some important keywords, right? हो सकता है एक से ज्यादा multiple keywords might be there. होते ही होते हैं. ठीक है. एक क्वेश्चन में एक से ज्यादा कीवर्ड्स आपको मिल जाएंगे. सो डू नॉट वरी अबाउट दैट, बट द थिंग इज यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द कीवर्ड्स, बिकॉज वंस यू आइडेंटिफाई द कीवर्ड्स, आफ्टर दैट ओनली यू वुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द माइक्रो क्वेश्चंस. बिकॉज फ्रेंड्स, इन द एग्जामिनेशन यू हैव टू आंसर ऑल द माइक्रो क्वेश्चंस एंड यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट. बिफोर आंसरिंग दैट, इट इज योर ड्यूटी टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट. अगर आप उसको आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाएंगे, सो यू वुड नॉट बी एबल टू स्कोर वेरी गुड मार्क्स. एंड यहाँ पे हर माइक्रो क्वेश्चंस के लिए अलग अलग मार्क्स यहाँ पे डेडिकेटेड होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर 10 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है एंड इन एनी क्वेश्चन 4 माइक्रो क्वेश्चंस आर देयर, तो वहां पे सब के लिए यहाँ पे मार्क्स डेडिकेटेड है. एंड इफ यू मिस एनी पर्टिकुलर माइक्रो क्वेश्चन, यू वुड नॉट स्कोर मार्क्स. तो आप बोलेंगे एग्जाम में मैंने तो आंसर अच्छा लिखा था लेकिन मार्क्स नहीं मिले. व्हाई? रीजन बीइंग कि आपने सारे माइक्रो क्वेश्चंस को एड्रेस नहीं किया था. सो फर्स्ट यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द कीवर्ड्स हियर, देन यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन द micro question. So what can be the micro question in this particular case? तो यहां पे जो एवरेज एस्पिरेंट होगा, ठीक है, यहां पे जो एवरेज एस्पिरेंट होगा उसके लिए एक सिंगल क्वेश्चन है यहां पर, दैट इज सजेस्ट द मेजर्स टू ओवरकम द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ द एमएसपी रेजिम. This is the single question that is being asked in this particular question. So this is the only micro question for the average aspirant. Why? Because this you can clearly see here. This is specifically mentioned here. So for average student, yahan pe this is the only thing that he has to answer in this particular question, and if he is answering that particular question, he would definitely score 2 to 3 marks out of 10. सो आउट ऑफ 10 ही कैन स्कोर 2 to 3 मार्क्स. सो एग्जाम अटेम्प्ट करने के बाद वो बोलते हैं बच्चे कि सर मेंस तो बहुत अच्छा लिखा था, आई डोंट नो व्हाई आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द इंटरव्यू कॉल. दिस इज द रीजन दैट यू हैव नॉट आइडेंटिफाइड द माइक्रो क्वेश्चंस वेल. So you have to identify the micro question well, and you have to answer all the micro question. So let's understand what are the hidden micro questions here. So number first, what is MSP? This is the micro question that is hidden, which is not specifically asked in this particular question. Question is about the minimum support price. So what is the meaning of minimum support price? You have to tell in the answer itself. Okay. And also if you can mention any data related to it, so that would be very, very important. That can be the unique feature that you can add to your answer. So this is the micro question number first about the MSME, about the MSP, then data related to it. Second is why MSP is a short-term solution for agricultural distress. But sir, this is not asked in the examination. It is asked in the examination. The thing is that you are not able to identify the same. Here it is clearly written that minimum support price of a crop is a short-term solution for agricultural distress. Right, it is clearly written. So you have to tell why MSP is a short term solution for agricultural distress. This is your responsibility, and being an aspirant, you have to identify this. ठीक है. Next is the basically how MSP creates long term problem. Sir, where it is written, where it is asked, it is basically written here. You can see MSP of a crop is short term solution for agricultural distress, which creates long term problems. So how MSP creates long-term problems? Guys, you have to identify this, and this is the art of scoring good marks. I can say the best marks in the descriptive writing. You have to understand the keywords, you have to identify the micro question. एक बार आपने micro question identify कर लिया, फिर तो task खत्म हो गया. You know the questions, you will answer that. ठीक है. So the major challenge is to identify the micro question. So this is the third micro question, that is how MSP creates a long term problems. And number fourth is specifically mentioned here, that is what are the measures to overcome the limitations of the MSP regime, which is specifically mentioned here. So these are the four hidden micro questions. I can say three hidden micro questions because one is specifically asked. So these are three hidden micro questions that you have to identify. But being an average aspirant, what you will do, you will end up writing the answer of this particular question which is specifically asked, and definitely you will get 2 to 3 marks out of 10. Then do not complain ki I have attempted it well, why did not I get the marks? So this is the reason why didn't you get the marks, because you have not attempted all the micro questions. Right, I hope you are getting. So this is the first weapon that you have to understand, that understand the question well. Guys, this weapon, if you are able to use it in the examination, believe me, you would be getting maximum possible marks. And also, irrespective of the fact that you do not know the concept, do not know too much about any particular concept, then also you can break that particular thing, and definitely you can write, if you have covered the syllabus, definitely you can write something about all the micro questions. The duty is to complete, to answer all the micro questions here. ठीक है जी. So this is what you have to do. I hope you are getting it. This is number first weapon that you have to use in the examination, and not only in the examination, whenever you are practicing, if you are doing practice for descriptive writing in the home, so you have to basically start practicing these things. You have to start practicing identifying the keywords, identifying the micro question, because then only you would be able to do fast in the examination. Examination में first time मत करिएगा, उसके पहले काफी practice करके जाइए. So this is the first thing, first weapon. Second weapon is the substantiation of answers. Substantiation of answer. This is very, very important, guys. Second weapon, substantiation of answer. What is the meaning of that? If I am saying that India's economy is growing, if I am saying that India's economy is going upwards, this is a very generic statement. This is a very generic statement. But if I am saying that in the year 2023, this is the basically our GDP, and in 2024 this is the GDP, so we can see clearly that our GDP is going upwards. So you are substantiating your point. You are justifying your point. Whatever you are saying, that should not be generic. That should be supported by some important facts, some important example, report, scheme, whatever you can mention. So you have to substantiate your answer. Whatever points you are using, आपको उसे substantiate करना है with the help of facts, with the help of data, with the help of example, with the help of reports, schemes, and also one important thing that you can always use, that is sustainable development goals. 17 SDGs are there, you know very well. United Nations के 17 sustainable development goals that globally countries have to achieve by 2030, right? तो ये 17 SDGs if you are remembering, ठीक है, अगर आपको याद है so definitely you can use it and this will give you an edge over the other aspirants. You are substantiating the things. If we are saying that we have to eliminate poverty and also this is being witnessed by the SDG, right, तो वो बहुत हेल्प करने वाला है आपकी. So this you have to remember, guys. Do not give only generic statement. If it is possible for you to substantiate your point, to justify your point with the help of data, example, facts, reports और schemes, you have to use it. जितना ज़्यादा use करेंगे उतने ज़्यादा marks आपको मिलेंगे. Now the thing is कि सर इसके लिए अब अलग से प्रिपरेशन करनी पड़ेगी. No, you are not supposed to prepare it separately. What you have to do basically, whenever you are preparing the current affairs, you are already preparing data, example, report and scheme. You are already covering. The thing is, you have to expand your mind. Right now you are thinking that these data are relevant, these data, facts, schemes and reports are only relevant for the objective part. ठीक है, this is not the case. This can also be used in the descriptive part as well, provided you have to expand your mind. आपको ये सोचना स्टार्ट करना है कि this data I have to use. एक ही बार पढ़ना है guys. You have to read it only once, but you have to use it multiple times. You can also use it in the interview also. एक बार पढ़ना है, मल्टीपल यूज करना है. यू माइट हैव हर्ड अबाउट द सेइंग, एक पंथ दो काज. ठीक है, एक रास्ते पर जाइए, दो काम करके आइए. तो सिमिलरली आपको एक बार पढ़ना है और आपको इसे मल्टीपल जगह यूज करना है. एंड हियर व्हाट यू हैव टू डू बेसिकली, यू हैव टू यूज द फैक्ट्स, यू हैव टू यूज द डेटा, एग्जाम्पल, रिपोर्ट, स्कीम, कुछ भी, सारे के सारे नहीं, जितने जितने ज्यादा आप यूज कर सकते, दैट वुड बी बेटर फॉर यू. इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन अगेन कि सर ये सारे अलग से प्रिपेयर कहां से करें. देखिए गाइस, व्हाटएवर यू आर reading in the current affairs, what you can do, simply you can just take a 15-20 पेजेस, ब्लैंक पेजेस ले सकते हैं. वहां पे अपने जो भी सिलेबस के टॉपिक है, व्हाट देयर यू कैन मेंशन द सिलेबस टॉपिक्स. फॉर एग्जांपल पॉवर्टी हो गया, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट हो गया, मेजरमेंट ऑफ ग्रोथ हो गया. दिस काइंड ऑफ टॉपिक्स यू कैन मेंशन इन द ब्लैंक पेजेस. नाउ व्हाइल रीडिंग द करंट अफेयर्स, इफ यू कम अक्रॉस एनी इंपॉर्टेंट example, any important fact, data, reports, schemes related to poverty, related to unemployment, ऐसा कुछ भी आ रहा, just note it down in that particular note. ठीक है, तो होगा क्या, आपके पास 10-12 पेजेस के सिर्फ ऐसे डेटा स्कीम्स होंगे, फैक्ट्स होंगे, रिपोर्ट्स होंगे, विच यू कैन यूज इन द डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग ऑल्सो. ठीक है, तो एग्जाम के पहले जस्ट यू हैव 10 to 12 पेजेस ऑफ नोट्स, जहां पे पूरे डेटा, पूरे इंपॉर्टेंट अपडेट्स होंगे, विच यू हैव टू यूज इन द डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट एज वेल, एंड दैट वुड बी वेरी बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू. क्योंकि एग्जामिनेशन में फिर आपको बहुत नहीं सोचना पड़ेगा. यू ऑलरेडी हैव द कंटेंट, यू जस्ट हैव टू यूज इट. और जब आपके पास डेटा होगा, यू कैन डेफिनेटली यूज इट. आपको अगर यूज नहीं होगा तब भी आप उसे यूज कर लेंगे. एंड बिलीव मी, वेन एवर यू आर यूजिंग दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, दीज substantiating factors, that gives an edge to an particular answer, that makes the answer very unique, and these type of answers are getting maximum possible marks. ठीक है जी. So this you have to remember, substantiation of answer is very very important, guys. Do not use generic statement. Try to add all these facts, all these factors in your answer itself, in your points itself. So this is the second weapon that you have to use in the examination. Third weapon is the multi-dimensionality. So you have to make your answer multi-dimensional. Do not talk about a unidimensional thing. You have to make your answer multi-dimensional, and for that I am giving you a formula here so that you can use it. The formula is help sect. Help sect is the formula. What is the meaning of help sect? So help sect is nothing but the different dimensions that you can use in any particular answer. For example, if any question is asked in the examination, you can simply give the historical aspect, historical dimension of that particular concept. You can give economical dimension, you can give legal dimension, you can give political dimension, you can give social dimension, you can give environmental dimension, cultural dimension, technological dimension. So by adding all these dimensions, your answer will be multi-dimensional, and only multi-dimensional answer can score a decent marks. ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ आप एक बारे में ही बात कर रहे. You are only talking about the social dimension of any particular thing, any particular issues that is going on which is asked in the examination, you are only talking about the social dimension of that, so you would not be able to score good marks in that. But if you are adding multiple dimensions, so that will definitely help you to score very good marks in the examination. For example, one nation one election, ठीक है, one nation one election, you might have heard, this was recently in news because cabinet approved one nation and one election based on the Ramnath Kovind's committee, right? And that also fall in the category of political system, so that can be asked in the examination. तो ऐसा नहीं कि बस आप उसका यहाँ पे you would be only discussing the political dimension in that, you have to discuss the historical dimension also, कि that was the part of our country's election था पहले, right? Immediately after the election you can also discuss the economical एस्पेक्ट, इकोनॉमिकल डायमेंशन की। बेसिकली इकोनॉमिकल डायमेंशन क्या होगा कि यहाँ पे कॉस्ट हमारी बचेगी, जो हमारा बहुत सारी कॉस्ट यहाँ पे मल्टीपल इलेक्शंस में लगती है, वो कॉस्ट हम काफी यहाँ पे सेव कर सकते हैं, और यहाँ पे लोगों का और गवर्नमेंट के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि गवर्नेंस वुड बी वेरी इजी। तो यहाँ पे जो गवर्नमेंट है वहाँ पे हमेशा इलेक्शन में नहीं लगे रहेंगे, दे वुड बी फोकसिंग ऑन गवर्नेंस ऑल्सो फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, ठीक है। तो लीगल ऑल्सो कि यहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी कई बार बोला है, ठीक है। तो यहां पे यू कैन ऑल्सो एड मल्टीपल डायमेंशंस हियर, बट वो आपको सोचना पड़ेगा। दिस यू हैव टू रिमेंबर कि व्हेनेवर, एंड बिलीव मी, सारे के सारे डायमेंशंस नहीं तो आपको एटलीस्ट 3-4 डायमेंशंस आपको सारे ही कंसेप्ट्स के मिल जाएंगे, एंड यू हैव टू यूज इट, यू हैव टू यूज इट इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ दे हैव नॉट आस्क्ड इन द एग्जामिनेशन, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, यू हैव टू यूज इट। वंस यू यूज ऑल द मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल डायमेंशंस, यू कैन स्कोर एक्सेप्शनली गुड मार्क्स इन द basically your particular answer. That will make your answer very unique and you will get exceptional marks in your answer that you would not believe basically कि ये आंसर इतने अच्छे मार्क्स मेरे आ कैसे गए। इसीलिए आपके मार्क्स आ गए क्योंकि आपने वो तीनों वेपन्स का यूज बहुत अच्छे तरीके से किया है एग्जामिनेशन में। यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन विच इंक्लूड्स आइडेंटिफाइंग कीवर्ड्स एंड द माइक्रो क्वेश्चन, ठीक है। देन उसके बाद यू हैव टू सब्सटेंशिएट योर आंसर, एंड गाइज यू हैव टू गिव मल्टी डायमेंशनलिटी टू योर आंसर, एंड दिस इज द फॉर्मूला। आप इसको आराम से याद भी कर लीजिए, पूरा ना याद हो तो आप यू कैन यूज हेल्प सेक्ट ना। हेल्प सेक्ट में यू कैन सी हिस्टोरिकल, इकोनॉमिकल, लीगल, पॉलिटिकल, सोशल, इन्वायरमेंटल, कल्चरल, टेक्नोलॉजिकल, सो ऑल दीज एरियाज, ऑल दीज डायमेंशंस आर कवर्ड, और इनमें से जितने ज्यादा पॉसिबल डायमेंशंस है यू हैव टू यूज इन योर आंसर, right? So these are the 3 secret weapons that you have to use, and nobody will tell you this ki how to attempt the paper. Guys, this is how you can attempt the paper, ठीक है। So thank you very much, this is all guys, and also we have launched this RBI Grade B 2025 foundation course which is a Lakshya batch guys, और यहाँ पे we are focusing the things from very scratch. So if you are new to any particular component, do not worry. If you have never read economics, if you have never read finance, do not worry guys. यहाँ पे आपका background कुछ भी हो, science, commerce, arts, that does not matter at all, because we are starting the things from very scratch, considering that you are completely new to the subject, you do not know anything with respect to this subject. So having this childish mindset, having this childish approach, we are starting the things so that we can cover all the maximum possible dimensions in a very layman language with realistic example. So we would be focusing on your foundation building. First we would be focusing on foundational building, then we would take you to the requirements of the examination. बहुत मजा आएगा आपको सारे कंसेप्ट को समझने में, क्योंकि जब आप एक कंसेप्ट समझेंगे then you can see कि एक्चुअल में ऐसे हो रहा है, then you would definitely enjoy कि आपकी प्रिपरेशन भी हो रही है, आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी डेवलप हो रही है, and that understanding will help you to एक्सेल इन योर लाइफ, क्योंकि वो सिर्फ एग्जाम प्रोसेस में पार नहीं हुए, एग्जाम प्रोसेस में काम नहीं आएगी, दैट वुड बी हेल्पफुल आफ्टर योर सिलेक्शन ऑल्सो व्हेन यू विल बी द पार्ट ऑफ रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया एज आरबीआई ग्रेड बी ऑफिसर, तब भी आपके काम सारी चीजें आने वाली हैं। सो एज अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस कोर्स वी वुड बी प्रोवाइडिंग लाइव क्लासेस, वी वुड बी प्रोवाइडिंग नोट्स, वी वुड बी प्रोवाइडिंग एमसीक्यूज, डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग, इंटरव्यू गाइडेंस प्रोग्राम, वन-on-one mentorship. So all these are prime features of our Lakshya course guys. Believe me, बहुत मजा आने वाला है। So classes of phase 1 have already started, phase 2 की classes is about to start very soon, and the link of this particular course is given in the description of the video. Do check the link, do check all the important deliverables that we are providing. And also guys, as a part of this session, you can check one more thing in the डिस्क्रिप्शन नीचे कि यहाँ पे बेसिकली वहाँ पे वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग अ गूगल फॉर्म लिंक, राइट। सो गूगल फॉर्म लिंक में वॉट एवर डाउट यू हैव, चाहे छोटा हो चाहे बड़ा हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, वॉट एवर डाउट यू हैव विद रिस्पेक्ट टू आरबीआई ग्रेड बी एग्जामिनेशन, या वॉट एवर यू वांट टू नो अबाउट द आरबीआई ग्रेड बी एग्जामिनेशन या किसी पर्टिकुलर कंपोनेंट में, डू फिल दैट गूगल फॉर्म, एंड दैट गूगल फॉर्म, आफ्टर फिलिंग दैट गूगल फॉर्म, आवर टीम विल गेट बैक टू यू एंड रिजॉल्व योर क्वेरी, ठीक है। सो यू कैन चेक द डिटेल्स ऑफ द कोर्स बाय क्लिकिंग द लिंक गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स बिलो, एंड फॉर सब्सक्राइबिंग द कोर्स गाइज यू कैन यूज द कूपन कोड प्रकाश, दिस इज माय पर्सनल कूपन कोड। सो इसको यूज करने के बाद यू कैन सी अ ड्रास्टिक रिडक्शन इन द फाइनल प्राइजेस, एंड दैट विल मेक द कोर्स मोर अफोर्डेबल फॉर यू, एंड ऑल्सो along with that you have to use this you have to join this Telegram group. This is my personal Telegram group. After joining this, you whatever doubt you have, you can get it resolved in a real time. ठीक है, आपको जब भी डाउट हो, you can simply post in the group and I'll personally be resolving your query. Because this is my personal Telegram group, and also along with that, I would be sharing some important updates regarding the important sessions, regarding the important notifications, important updates with respect to the examination. So you have to join this, and for subscribing the course you can use the coupon code. So this is all for this session. I hope you enjoyed the session and you have learned something new. And believe me guys, practice these 3 weapons in the as a part of full length mock test, so that you can be confident on the examination day. So thank you very much. We'll meet in another informative video. Till then, goodbye and happy learning guys.